Hello again and welcome to another Maya tutorial. Today I am going to be showing you the edge tool. Edges are similar to vertices in how they act, but they have a few unique things about them that make them useful. I just made a cube here. I'm going to come over to my inputs. I'm going to change these subdivisions to say 4. So I have some edges to work with. I'm going to right click, hold it, and hover over edge and let go, and now I'm in edge mode. Highlights the edges blue, and if you hover over them it turns them red, and if they're selected they go tan colored, and if you hover over a selected one it goes green. So something to keep in mind. Unlike vertices where you have to select the one next to it and double click, since edges go in rows by default, if you're using quads, then you can just double click any edge and it will select the entire loop as far as it can until it runs into a non-quad. That makes it fast for selecting rows, faster than vertices. But a downside is, so say I'm in orthographic view and I want to select this row, but for some reason I can't just double click on it. If I click and drag a box around it, it's going to select all of the edges, the up ones and the sideways ones. So that can be kind of gross, and you probably don't want that, and so you have to hold control and drag boxes around the top and the bottom. Sometimes it still is the fastest way to do it like that. It just depends on what you're doing. But vertices don't have that problem because since they're individual dots, you're not there's no dots here, so you're not selecting those. What else? If I take these faces and I delete them, and I have this nice open side of my box here. If I select the edges, just double clicking to select the loop, I can extrude these edges. Pull them out, scale them. See, this is where the the non-centered scale can get really wonky and stuff like this. So I want to center it, scale it. You can select edges and extrude them even if they aren't on a border edge, but you can get some strange results. Oh, also you can click one and double click one that's not next to it and it'll select the ones in between, just like with vertices. Also works with faces. So if I extrude this, it gives me this wall here. It's a 1 pixel thick polygon. There's no edge width to it. So yet again, good in some instances, a little weird in some other ones. Just watch out for it. What else about edges? Might as well show you this now. In Maya, there is a harden and soften normals. Like for instance, these edges along here are hardened because there's a sharp differentiation in the shading. Whereas if I pull out one of these, you see how it goes like gray around it, like this really weird blackish shading. It's softening the edge. It's trying to calculate a smooth curve over a sharp object, which is really good when you're doing subtle drops like that. But for instance, I pulled that out and I want it to be sharp. I'm trying to pull out handle here or something. Go to my edge, shift double click that, and then I go up to normals, harden edge. And now that has a nice edge there. But you also have to watch out for these edges down here and up there. And see, there's another problem. I can't select the edge here because there is no edge there. So I either have to harden these three edges and the normals harden. But then that's probably not what I want either. So a hardened edge is very useful in some situations. Say you're extruding and it didn't see the extrude correctly and it softened all the edges on your extrude. It's usually not what you want, so you can just select the edges and you can harden them or soften them. Say I want to get rid of these edges I just hardened. So I soften them, select them, normals, soften edge. And all this is doing, this isn't actually changing the geometry at all when you do that. All it's doing is telling the computer how to interpret the normals, how it's going to reflect the light back. That's something I didn't learn until too late. It would have been very useful to know earlier, so that's why I'm showing you here. So that's edges in a nutshell. Another thing with hardening edges, if you select a face and then you harden the edges, it selects the edges around the face that you selected, which there again can be useful if you need all four selected quickly. Something to keep in mind. So edges are good. I'll show the insert edge loop tool in a later video, but that's introduction to edges. Hope it helped, and I'll see you guys in my next video.